Most of the big names going in Group 4. Bjorn Dahlin I've mentioned. Svensson was due to race in Group 4. He's had his place taken by Lars Berger. That's the news we've got. It is pretty recent news that, of course, Svensson wanted to give himself every chance, so he slept on it. And when he woke up this morning, he went out, got a little exercise, but just felt dreadful. And I think he's decided that in the interest of the rest of his season, he will sit out today and tomorrow and hopefully be all right for the mid-week races. Paavo Purinen, perhaps the best chance that the Finns have today. The Carpenter needs to be right on site if he is going to win today. He's got a good history in World Championships, did exceptionally well in Pukluka back in 2001, where the women's winner, Kari Wilhelm, won the sprint event. Robin Clegg having a good season for the Canadians. Also going well for Canada is Legelic, who goes off number 55. He's had a fabulous year so far. Clegg out of Canmore, of course, the venue for the 1988 Winter Olympics, and the Olympics are back in Canada next year for 2010. So just 22 years separating the two. In fact, 20 years. What's gone wrong with my maths? Vincent Jay of France. Now, he's, of all the Frenchmen, he's done okay in the sprint events. He's shot clear on 2 occasions, and that's exactly what he needs to do today if he wants to challenge. Coming up towards 1.3. Let's have a look. There's still a bit of a way to go. The fastest women went through in around 3:56, and Abramenko is going to be well up on that time. Good strong legs. Look how he's using the legs. The arms not doing so much work. You can tell that by the lack of upper body movement. And at this stage of the race, not bad to save the power from the upper body for a later stage. Thomas Holobets. 3:38. He's going to be inside that, but his work rate is considerably higher than Abramenko. Look at that wind in the background. This is the highest part of the course. We're just over 750 meters up here, and it's slightly exposed compared to the range area, but the wind is going to be a feature, and certainly if it gets any stronger throughout the race, then those who've chosen to go in Group 4 will be in all sorts of trouble. René Villemo, we're getting faster all the time. 3:33 from Holobets, and is he going to be inside 3:30? Yes, just 3:29.5, and René Villemo starting on a mission here today. Well, this is reminiscent of scenes that we occasionally see in the spring, where all the natural snow is gone and we're just left with the artificial snow that's been laid down. Certainly weren't expecting it. And if you were with us last year when the World Championships, the World Cup came out here to Pyeong Chang, you may well remember very cold conditions, huge amount of snow, and no wind whatsoever, just some very fast tracks, and that was the main talking point. I don't think they thought for a moment that they would be 100% reliant on artificial snow for these World Championships. Paavo Purinen going through 1.3. How is the Finn starting? That's not bad at all. He goes into second place behind Villemo, and a sign that he is skiing okay. What does the body language say? Still quite a lot of effort in. He doesn't seem to be flowing like many of the athletes. I suspect that Purinen doesn't have quite as good skis. Robin Clegg up through the same marker. Competed in the last World Championships, shot clear in the prone. Canada getting excited at that stage, and then he went on to miss 3 in the standing position and ruining his chances of getting into the top 20. But he certainly has a chance of that today. And a lot or some will certainly come down to luck, because the wind has been pretty variable today. Vilmo, the fastest in at the moment, and still has the quickest time through 1.3. He's not struck lucky with the wind. He's changed, looked like 2, possibly 3 clicks clockwise. Two misses, and we might see him change the sights again. May have been a gust, may have been human error, but he's missed 2, and already the first of the Italians is struggling to keep pace with the leaders. Surprisingly, a number of women shooting clear this morning in equally difficult conditions. Top 4 all shooting 10 out of 10. So the early starters are through the range, and conditions are going to be very difficult. It's a long, long wait before the top stars leave that starting area. Paavo Purinen, who in his prime was one of the hot shots on the tour, settling for his first prone shoot. He's taken a fair amount of time steadying the position for that first shot. And good rhythm throughout. 5 out of 5. 6.17 from Abramenko will be matched or beaten as Purinen comes out. He's still got another 40 meters or so to go. Abramenko's time, 6.17. In fact, he's just outside it. What is it, 4 seconds? 3.7 seconds behind for the Finn. But an encouraging start. That will give him a boost for the next lap. Now, because of the shortage of snow, he's now got to circumnavigate this 2.5 kilometer loop twice before he comes in to shoot for the stand. I just wonder how many of the biathletes are going to get confused. The reigning world champion, Maxim Shudov, is about to start. Vincent Jay on the firing point at the moment. Good start, good shooting from Jay. As I mentioned, he's already gone clear twice in the sprints this season, and if he does so again today, then a possibility of a top 10. I'm not sure he's quick enough to take the win. Clegg has the quickest time at the moment. Jay is just outside that, 1.6 the difference, and so the lead is changing all the time. Good news for Canada. Now, Issa is usually better in the standing position than he is in the prone. Oh, well, he's going to need to be, because he needs to hit at least 9 out of 10 to get himself into the top 30 today. Savitsky of Kazakhstan. Vladimir Shmirnov, of course, still the most famous of the Kazakhstan performers, and a man who's put a lot of financial backing and a lot of effort into the development of both cross-country and biathlon in his own country. Oh, change of the sights again. Savitsky has struck unlucky today. Well, I think he's almost lost interest, but he does well to hit the last 3. Massive changes on the sights. That must have been 4 clicks at least that he went. Almost a centimetre, the 0 moved across, and he's now got 300 metres to pay as a penalty for those 2 early misses. So, as with the women's race, it is crucial that the sight changes are made before you miss targets, if they are necessary. The other option, of course, is just to aim off. Mariasko starting 12 today. Now, the reason they're focusing on him, because he generally does very well in major championships. His career best, 5th place in the individual race in the Olympics back in 2006 in San Sicario. If he can match that today, that would be sensational. 4 out of 5 is going to put him some way behind the leader, Robin Clegg, at this stage. You don't really have the option of shooting slowly in the sprint event, because it is so quick. You've got to take the risks. You can afford to take a bit more time in the pursuit, which takes place tomorrow. Shudov is out on the trails for Russia, lying 5th in the World Cup standings. He's amongst the favourites. I think with the current news going around the Russian team, I think even he must have been affected. They've been kept undercover for the last couple of days. No one's seen them. They haven't done any interviews. That will all happen after today's race, because they will be taken into the mix zone. And Shudov is flying. Look at that, 3:19 through 1.3, and he's eating up the snow. The start of Tomasz Sikora, lying first in the sprint standings for the season. He's got some remarkable results in the sprint. 2nd, 4th, 7th, 3rd, 12th, 3rd. Only one outside the top 5. And Sikora will be hoping that that means he's going to get a medal today. Ustigov brought in instead of Iroshenko, who has been withdrawn. We don't know what the punishment is as yet. How long he's going to be out. There is, of course, the chance that that will end his career. That's a dire start for Ustigov. Now, Jeremy Thiele, the first of the USA from Anchorage. To be honest, he's not had a good season. This would be the ideal time to turn it around. Strong wind. Still focused. Might struggle if this one misses. It does. So real problems for Jeremy Thiele. Iliev of Bulgaria also. Now, one of the advantages with going earlier on in the race is you generally get conditions that are similar to when you zeroed your rifle. Iliev probably wouldn't agree. 4 misses out of 4. Couldn't quite make head or tail of that caption. I think he got 1 down. Now, what will Maxim Shudov do? As I mentioned, the reigning champion, 5th in the sprint standings this year, 5th in the overall standings as well. He's competed in every single World Cup so far this season. Well, there's the mark of a champion. Shudov, despite the conditions, has rattled down 5, and a sense of relief going through the Russian camp. It would be a glorious way to stop the stories about the doping scandal if Shudov could come through to win. He takes the lead, 15 seconds ahead of Robin Clegg. Jay of France now in 3rd, 6:13 his time. Well, that's a good start from Maxim Shudov of Russia. He's one of very few top seeds who's elected to go in group number 1. The other one, of course, is Tomasz Sikora, who is already underway. And as we speak about him, here he comes in for his first shoot. How is the time? 3:19 on the clock.